What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game. Man, you already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices. The ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great, and even the ones behind the scenes, I see you too. So look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that it's very mindful, you know what I'm saying, now currently when you bring children into the world, because you're not just bringing a baby into the world. Like, that's all cute and dandy and everything, but you're actually bringing a human into the world, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that to say, like, sometimes people procreate and don't be ready, you know, and not realizing, like, I had to understand just from my own experience and having my one child, like, the years that are most important are from the time they're born to 5. You know what I'm saying? Who they're around, you know what I'm saying? What they're doing, because you got to think, what we're doing right now and how we're setting our spirits free right now by doing the inner work, when they're born, they're already like that. You know what I'm saying? But depending on who they're around and what they're doing and how they're told to go, it won't be long before whoever they're around imprints their soul onto them. You know what I'm saying? Especially the unhealed wounds. But again, this is spiritual transfer. So sometimes people are aware of what's going on, and then sometimes they're not. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as if just be mindful. It's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, protecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that this is not just going to be a pond. This is not just going to be a way to make money. It's not going to be somebody that you could just down talk and put down and make them feel like a sorry excuse for being born, without realizing that you're putting your unhealed wounds onto them. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't have to deal with that. You should have been smart from the gate. Now, due to me, you know what I'm saying, I was careless. I was, but I wasn't careless to bring another one into the world. I only had one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just speaking for the people out there that find it really difficult and hard. You know what I'm saying? Listen, keep having more. It's not the smartest idea if it was already hard, because the first years of their life is the most important. That is where, you feel me, the soul of you or whoever they're around, because usually when we can't or not able-bodied to take care of children, they usually go to a relative. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to imprint their soul onto that child, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going to imprint your own soul onto that child. And I'm just being real to how we grew up. Wasn't nobody really healed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had trauma and dark secrets and wounds. Otherwise, we wouldn't be as fucked up trying to figure it out right now. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's too honest for motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather, hey, that's why this is a form of therapy for me. But again, you know what I'm saying? Knowing and realizing that soul transfer is easy to do. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take long either. Especially when a child has a pure, free mind and they're brought into the world having the ability to know who they are. It's easy for someone to see that and instantly start, you feel me, copying and pasting their trauma and wounds to this child. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes they don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? They don't know the difference. They're children. They're babies. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, you know what I'm saying, I went through it. I'm still in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing everything I can to make it right. But this is years and years and years of build up. You know what I'm saying? This is so much build up that I'm you feel me, stuck in the process, but I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm freeing who I am to bring peace and joy to my young life. And that's the best thing I could do. You know what I'm saying? Aside from me, you feel me, being who I am, you know what I'm saying? That is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't realize, like, maybe your physical life may not be the way you want it, but you're doing the work on a soul level to be able to have an impact for years to come. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes you don't gotta really, you know what I'm saying, be around a person to probably understand that. Because again, when people are still suffering, or when people don't want to admit who they really are for real, you know what I'm saying, they'll continue to hold themselves from you because they haven't got there yet. They haven't freed who people wanted them to be able to know thyself. Because if they do, then they'll be able to have the ability to shield out anything energetically that doesn't line up with them. You know what I'm saying? These are words not spoken. This is a way of life not spoken. It's energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important and mindful that people understand that. You know what I'm saying? It is all cute and gravy to bring babies into the world. They are so cute and precious, but understand truly what you're doing, and understanding if you're really ready for that. Because if you're not, you know what I'm saying, and you're still struggling in who you are, your kids will struggle too. You know what I'm saying? And you will think or try to condemn them for going through the same process of where you got stuck at. But why should you even do that when you know you got stuck there? I feel like the best way is to react differently than maybe you may have reacted with your own self. That's the best teacher and the best lesson. Like, they're facing something that you went through, but instead of reacting to it like how you would have for yourself, or how you did for yourself, choose a different approach. You know what I'm saying? And that takes you being able to learn. That takes you being able to gain wisdom and being able to see in yourself, man, I reacted like that to this and it didn't work out for me. It put me more in distress. So what else can I do to react differently? And a lot of times it takes you observing, paying attention. Listen, I didn't learn lessons from a lot of mothers that I had in my life, because I promise you, there was a time where I didn't feel like I was the best mom. But again, my journey was for me. You know what I'm saying? What I went through, what I experienced, all the trials and tribulations, everybody's journey is different. Yours will not be the same as someone else, but you can take tad bits from it, you know what I'm saying, and use it in your own life and see how that creates a picture for, you know what I'm saying, your child. And I think that's what people oftentimes underestimate. A lot of people don't even realize how much of an asset they may be to someone else by just being themselves. But again, like I said, there are people that are dying for attention, dying for love, dying for money, that they will stop you from reaching your highest peak. And understanding and realizing, listen, that's not the goal. The goal is not what people who are deprived by living in their, you feel me, fantasy world. I don't see what you see. I'm living in my purpose. I had to live my life through it. And that is the ability to wake people up to see who they truly are for real. You know what I'm saying? And be able to experience life in a way where it helps benefit them. You know what I'm saying? I can't turn around. I can't go backwards. I have no choice but to go forward. And again, knowing and realizing that you got to be strong. You got to be tailor-made. If you decide to keep, you feel me, becoming pregnant and bringing children into this life, if you have not passed the wounds before. And this is not a downgrade. This is not a, you feel me, a shade. You know what I'm saying? Because I've also been around mothers who've had multiple kids. They did the best they could. And how I see it, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about on a soul level. You feel me? And usually who I'm talking to are the ones that are willing to stop the baggage and look differently at life. If not, the pattern will repeat. You'll do the same thing that they'll end up doing. And if it fits you and you cool with that, that's cool. You feel me? Again, like I said, this ain't no shade. But for the ones that actually want to grow and actually want to stop the patterns or the things that were hidden, you feel me? Understanding and realizing it also is a path tailored to you. You know what I'm saying? That will either hurt or harm the future people that you come into contact or with. That's why it's good to heal. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't even realize how their past can be tailored to the people in the future. You know what I'm saying? I won't speak on that, but I'm just saying. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So again, just realizing and understanding that babies won't be babies forever. They eventually gonna grow up. Toddlers won't be toddlers forever. They eventually gonna grow up. Teenagers won't be teenagers forever. They're eventually all gonna grow up. And if you can do anything by setting them straight for this life, buying them the clothes and the shoes and all that, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? Making sure they look good, that's cool. but helping them heal and repair their souls to be able to create a life where they're free is, I feel, number one. That should be the most very important thing you should set ahead of everything. You feel me? It's going to take some work. It's going to take some sit downs. It's going to have to take some talking to. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you, the more that you don't imprint who you are on your children, the better chance they have at being free. But again, like I said, if we subconsciously don't know that's what we're doing, then we're going to do it unbeknownst to us. But now is the time that we know, because I'm explaining it in a way where people probably didn't even understand. But consciously, a lot of people are aware of what they're doing. A lot of people are aware of passing on what they learned in their own life and doing it to their kids, even if it's unfit for them, even if they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the best thing you can do for them is let them do them. You know what I'm saying? Let them explore on their own, because if not, a lot of people don't be understanding why kids be crying all the time. It's because their soul is not aligning up with maybe what the parent may be telling them or teaching them, and it's causing them to be confused on a soul level. You know what I'm saying? So understand them, figure it out, figure out what's tailor made to them. Don't imprint who you are on them. That's what's making them confused. You know what I'm saying? It's a way you can protect them from harm without taking away their independent rights to be able to do and be who they want to be, with your influence of giving them options. Don't force nothing onto them. Don't make them be this way. If they want to do something, let them do it. That's all a part of attachment too. I had to understand that. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, my path is different. But being the fact that when you are looking for love and it starts inside of you of being broken, when you have a child, you immediately become attached. And your attachment form with them is, you feel me, maybe in a way where you're being this parent to try to create better for them, but the wounds may be you not allowing them to be themselves. And so when they do something that you don't quite understand or can't process, you automatically feel a sense of depression or anger because you are attached. You know what I'm saying? You get me? Listen, having that detachment rule with everyone makes life 1,000% better, because it's almost as if you still have the ability to regain who you are without anybody else's actions affecting you. It may hurt, it may sting, but we all get over that. It's temporary emotions. You feel me? Facts. You feel me? You'll feel better in the morning. Go eat some ice cream or something. You know what I'm saying? So, but if we're not taught that, we usually get stagnant by someone else's actions on our life, because we may be attached to this idea of what we thought love was. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, understanding the reality behind allowing your children to have the best, you know what I'm saying, healthy upbringing between, you know what I'm saying, the time they're born till 5. You know what I'm saying? Let them be free to choose to be who they want. I'm so tired of the subtitles, the not having a mama, not having a daddy. Listen, let me explain to you. Emotionally, you feel me? Mama, but physically got it. But dad completely absent. I turned out okay. You know what I'm saying? There are men that I see, you know what I'm saying, that got both parents in the home, mama and daddy, that are gay. You know what I'm saying? But the parents don't make the child feel guilty about it. Listen, you allow a human being to be a human being, okay? You don't judge them, you don't control them, you don't tell them who they need to be, you accept them. And listen, when you do your own healing and you grow inside yourself, it's easy to accept your children for who they are. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to get a different child because you don't like who they are. They're still going to be your children. Facts. You feel me? So again, take out the labels. Take out what y'all think should be an idealistic version of who a person should be based off of your controlling ideas. You know what I'm saying? That were passed down to you. I don't care if you got a 2-parent household and you came from a wealthy family. You could still end up being a gangster on the streets. Now, is that a good idea? No, it's not. But sometimes it happens. You know what I'm saying? You listen, I'm telling you, it's all tailored into your own identity. You know what I'm saying? And the past can come back in the form of your children soul transferred from someone in your family that spent a lot of time with them from the time they was born to the first 5 years. That soul transfer blueprint is so strong, I don't even think people realize how strong it is. You know what I'm saying? And the wounds tailored to your parents and maybe their parents can also skip generations and get passed to your kids. You feel me? You may do the best you can to raise your kids the best way possible, but that history from the parents may hit that kid. That's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it skips. You know what I'm saying? And listen, we gotta realize that when the universe work, it ain't no timing, it ain't no controlling nothing. You don't got no control of that. You just gotta let it happen. You know what I'm saying? But listen, that's why I'm just the way I am. And I start to understand and realize, you know what I'm saying, what you gonna have to go through with me. You know what I'm saying? Doing the healing is cool, doing the work is cool, but everybody see glitz and glamour and all that. I don't see that. I see the healing, you feel me? The what they might have to go through, how they might be, you feel me, segregated from everybody else. I don't know. I just don't know at this point in my life, you feel me? And I think it was set up like that on purpose for me. You know what I'm saying? I was born the way I was for a reason. You feel me? Because of who I am. You know what I'm saying? And what I came here to do. And anybody that comes from that lineage sometimes has a big crown to uphold, and it ain't always pretty. And some people are not strong enough to handle it. So again, listen, just be mindful and aware. You know what I'm saying? Again, children are cute. You know what I'm saying? Babies are cute. You know what I'm saying? They get to talking, they little mini-me's of you, but eventually they'll grow up. And when that happens, if you didn't set yourself free or you didn't expose the things that maybe, you know what I'm saying, could have set you free, at least allow them the ability to have that. You know what I'm saying? And that first comes with you being, you know what I'm saying, confident in who you are. So you'll be able to release that information without feeling bad about it. Because you got to realize that it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying, how much you did good as a parent. When you have a kid, they're only going to look at it from their version. And somewhere in their life, they probably wasn't happy because you did something that they wouldn't do. That's just the part that comes with it. But if you know yourself and you know you did the best you could, you won't feel guilty about it. You'll let them go through that, process it, probably tell them what you were going through, how you were living at that time. They may get a different version, different understanding. You feel me? But one thing I can say is just don't sit there and be quiet. Speak up. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe their level of understanding could be something that they made up in their head. But it's not really how it went. Because maybe you as a parent kept a part of it from them. Kept a little bit of a secret from them because you didn't want them to go through that, or you didn't want them to experience, or maybe you didn't want them to know what was really going on behind the scenes. Maybe now that they're old enough to keep them from that pain, tell them, listen, this is what was going on. If they accept it, they accept it. If they don't, they don't. At least you'll feel better about who you are. That's the ability to be confident and tell the truth. That's what stops the blocks from being so deep-rooted that people die hating each other. That's dumb. Now, again, knowing and realizing that, you know, the universe, the creator, God, Allah, has the ultimate power and control. You could set yourself free and still not be in touch with them, but at least you know you did what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But I know one thing, though. Life is life, and it be lifing. And the first thing you're going to do, or the first person you're going to reach out to oftentimes when you're struggling, is a family. Because that's how family is supposed to do. They're supposed to be there for each other. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, this is decades, years of secrets and programming. And it might not fix itself in this life. I hope it does. But if it don't, then hey, I pray for the next life and the next life after that. You feel me? Maybe our young lives can get it together. That's my mission. That's my motive. That's my goal. Fuck what y'all might see on the outside. I don't give a fuck about that. You feel me? Live it in your God-given gift is the mission and the mode. And that is the ability to set yourself free from the chains so people can see people as people instead of what they've been led and created to believe about them. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.